What's good, everybody? It is Kevin Luador again, and today I have another episode for my channel for Who's Next Wednesday. And today I have a very special guest, Caroline Castille. How you doing today?
Woo! I'm good. It's a Monday for sure. I mean, today had its like kinks and stuff, but I have less kinks in general for Mondays, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's just running a business.
Yeah, so
You know.
Caroline is an absolute superstar, rock star, all-star, whatever you want to call it. I have the pleasure of working with Caroline for the past probably 8-9 months about.
Has it been only that long? Crazy. I feel like you've been with us for a year and a half.
Yeah, it's been about like probably 9 months. Me and Caroline has been doing business and working and being involved with all that good stuff. And I must admit, you are good at what you do, and I do aspire and look up to you in a lot of your ventures, I guess I would say. So I guess we'll start off by saying, what's your background? Who are you?
So, I guess I come from like 3 different industries. 1, venture capital, 2, fashion, and then 3, digital marketing, my newest career.
Wow. So that is 3 dramatically different industries when we think about it. So I want to break it down.
Yeah.
You are a full-blown entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Woman entrepreneur at that. So before we dive deeper into you being an entrepreneur, let's talk about your 3 ventures. So the first one you mentioned was venture capital.
Yeah, venture capital.
So can you describe what that is a little bit and your experience doing that?
So there's a really cool stages of venture capital that you can look up online if you just Google stage venture capital, and it has a little bar right here. If you're looking to raise 200K, that's angel investors. If you're looking to raise $1 million, that's like the small VCs, maybe even angel investors. And then you have 3 million and up, which are big series rounds, family offices, all kinds of big VC firms that raise millions and millions of dollars every year, and they just have it in the bank that they're ready to deploy, basically. Nice. The bigger role, though, in venture capital for me was talking to investors.
Okay.
So, drinking wine, aligning with what their goals were, which was to make more money, but the how part was also a big thing. So how do I make 10x off of my money? So if I give a 25K check, right, to a company, how do I make 250K off of that? So how do you do that? 1 is align yourself with like-minded individuals that have a subject matter expertise in the deal. 2, which is diversifying your portfolio.
Okay.
I've spent time with investors, getting them to join our group, getting them to do due diligence on the deal, literally talking with the entrepreneur, talking with other team members, researching in the market. It's a lot of homework. You're trying to find red flags, but you're trying to find things that are gonna make you feel good about the deal.
So basically you did a lot of managing relationships.
Managing relationships,
okay.
Yeah.
So I have 2 questions for you. How much money did you raise?
Yeah.
How much money did you help raise? And why did you get out the industry?
So to answer your first question, in that business specifically that we tracked on money that we raised was 18 million into 67 different companies.
Wow.
We first launched this business called Florida Angel Nexus, and then we eventually sold that to Florida Funders.
Gotcha.
So that's where my career, and that's where we met when I was at Florida Funders, and you came on to Clickable Impact team then. To answer your second, I exited my role at Florida Funders because it was just time. Like Clickable Impact was just really growing, and I couldn't say no. You don't want to stress out at the end of the day. You want to have a good life, and I was very stressed out. And you have to, as an entrepreneur, say no sometimes. And that's actually Warren Buffett wrote in one of his articles, how he became a billionaire was by saying no. I learned to be focused when Clickable Impact has 500K a year. And I was like, well, you know, we have some amazing team members like you coming on the team and really getting good at managing clients and really getting good at making them money.
Yeah.
And why was I, and exponential money, right?
Yeah.
First client you took on, 100% month-over-month growth. Boom.
Let's talk about Clickable a little bit. What exactly is Clickable Impact, and what is your role in Clickable Impact?
My role is
Great.
head of business development,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, you know, and I enjoy making new partnerships, finding things, and making a big impact and knowing, like, I did that, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Like, give myself a pat on the back and have that satisfaction.
Okay.
And just talking to people and figuring out, you know, problems and solutions, things like that. I've always had to do that in all my businesses, you know. Aligning new partnerships, obviously business owner in general. So I have a lot of leadership responsibilities as far as like motivating the team. How do we get to the next level as far as profitability and overall revenue goals? I am the reason if the money hits the bank or doesn't. So
you close the deals for Clickable.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you were born to close? You were born to be a salesperson in a sense?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I think with the investor group, it was a little bit different. It was less transactional.
Yeah.
So, it was a lot harder to close, and I sometimes it was very frustrating. So with Clickable Impact, social media is in everyone's minds. They don't exactly know the how, but they're definitely at this point, right? How do I get there? And they want to be at this point, and Clickable is getting them to that point.
100%.
With investors, they were at this point, they didn't even know they wanted to get to this point. It was overall like education. Now there were a lot of investors that were really good that invested over $1 million into Nexus like companies. But it was just getting over that hump. And right now, you know, social media has been a big thing for almost decades. I would say at least a decade. It's been a mass market thing.
Yeah.
So we're getting so many inquiries. Like as soon as, you know, we had some really good traction with Clickable, there's all kinds of people coming in and asking like, how do I do this? And I say more no's than yeses nowadays because it's all about finding the right person.
Before we move forward a little bit, you mentioned a couple times how it was really hard. Mm-hmm. So what kind of got you over that, the hard part? There's probably a lot of people struggling. Either they want to start something, they want to get through something, but the hardness of it is preventing them.
Yeah, I mean, with me, it was like stop thinking, only do.
Okay.
Every time you do and it works or it doesn't work, just add it as a data point and then pivot to whatever strategy you're doing, like with sales. Like with Clickable, I first started direct messaging. Mm-hmm. I started direct messaging companies that had really bad Facebook ads. We started putting our company on different listings everywhere, like even in Thumbtack and like, I don't know, just random ones. And finally I started getting some inquiries and obviously like going on my personal contacts too, that I had just, you know, developed over time. As soon as we got really good at what clients we knew we were good at, then, you know, it became very like free flowing and systematic.
So what made you want to start digital marketing agency?
So a lot of different things. One, it was a very interesting thing and I knew I could make it work. I knew I could make it work growing the Instagram account for my dance shoe business, my dance footwear business, B-Steps, growing that account from 0 to 10,000 followers in 6 months. You know, and they were all organic
followers,
you know, dancers.
I guess we'll transition directly over into that, your dance shoe company, B-Steps Dancewear. What is that? What is the idea behind that? And where are you trying to go with that?
Yeah. The idea behind it, I started with my business partner, Odie. She lives in Tampa and she still does a lot for the business. And the idea behind it is that dance shoes suck. Let's make them better. But we made them antibacterial linings, memory foam, arch support, a kick-ass outsole that allows people to point and flex the foot. All those things put together makes it the perfect shoe that was market ready that we launched. And now there's people, I think literally we sold in every state across the United States.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Boom.
So I guess what's next for you? You got B-Steps, you raised money, you started different companies. What's next for Caroline?
Yeah, I mean, the next thing within the next few months, like end of the year, I'd love for CI to make $1 million gross revenue. So I'm really pushing for that. If not, we'll make 700K, which is great. For B steps, I'd love to at least do 500K. I know we can at least do between 300 to 400, but 500K would be amazing.
So what is it like being a woman entrepreneur?
I think that I'm the kind of person who I don't really focus on that when I'm in my rhythm, you know, and I think a lot of women entrepreneurs don't really focus on that a lot. And I mean, when I was building the investor group, it was kind of different because a lot of the investor community is like pale male. So that's why we actually started the women investor group. Is it important to know? Yes. You know, it's important to really be comfortable and embrace that aspect 100%. I love being a woman, I love being in business, and I love the benefits that I get out of it.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think everybody's good at what they're good at on an individual level.
I agree.
Because you're a woman or a man, it doesn't really matter. It's super easy to create your own business, and it's super easy. It's easy enough where you can have a family and still run the household and still have your business. Now women can do that and just take it to the next level.
I agree. There's probably somebody out here watching right now who wants to be an entrepreneur, who's been considering being an entrepreneur. What advice would you give her?
I would tell her if she's tried and it didn't work before, just don't give up, and also find a mentor or just someone you can talk to. Definitely surround yourself with people that support you no matter what, and you're gonna need to stay objective. So if you're somebody who's on the front line of sales, 100%, you're gonna need to be the most objective person and calm person on the team, because people are gonna say no to you.
Yeah.
People are gonna say no to be your business partner. They're gonna say no, I don't really want that service right now, or I don't wanna pay you, or I don't wanna buy that product. You just need to stay objective and don't make excuses for yourself, just like move on.
Yeah.
You know, you're maybe getting a couple sales every week, and you got some angry customers. There always are gonna be angry customers. So you just gotta like kick back and know it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And you always have to align with people that are in culture. Your investor needs to be in culture with everything that you're doing. You have to be on the same goal path. The way that they make decisions has to be very similar. If you want to get a lead active investor on your board, then you best believe you'd want to be in culture.
And I like to call this the big three, the last 3 questions of the day. Question number 1. If you was to have a superpower, what would it be?
I'd like to turn into animals, I think.
Okay.
Specifically a lion, because I always love lions.
Question number 2. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself with, at least a net worth of 50 million.
Nice.
I would like to have an exit before I have kids, like where I know I'm not gonna ever have to worry about money anymore. That by the time I'm 30, like that's 3 years from now.
Okay.
So what does that mean? Probably like 20 million net worth. I'd like to have, that way I can like have kids and like not coast, because I never want to coast. That would be super boring. But just to be able to like be an investor myself.
So question number 3, in 1 sentence, biggest piece of advice you would give somebody watching this right now?
That's an entrepreneur.
Just in life advice, yeah.
Life advice would be just choose to be happy and be yourself.
Be happy and be yourself. Where can we find you on social media?
Find me on Instagram. So, at Caroline Castille is my Instagram handle. And then, I'm also posting on my Facebook page too. And then I'll be launching CarolineCastille.com really soon too.
So thank you, Caroline, for coming on the show. This was an absolute phenomenal episode.
So glad.
Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to tune in to the next episode. Peace out.